Has to be a corner. Oh, 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 oh. Look at that. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today we're doing Mexican chili lasagna. This is a classic twist on a lasagna, but we're doing it with a Mexican chili flavoring. You know, you can't believe how Mexican chili comes together with pasta and a bechamel type cheesy sauce or a mayonnaise sauce. It works very well indeed. So we're going to knock it up as a normal Mexican chili and stick it in a lasagna. How about that? And we are using ground beef and ground pork. You can just use ground beef if you want, or pork or chicken or anything, whatever you like. Okay, we've got some black beans, we've got some corn. Now I'm not going to go through the whole rigmarole of what we got. It's all in the description, and we just need to prep some veg. I'm going to start with this onion. Okay, we want some diced onion. Now dice it whichever way you want. You know, let's not get stressed over dicing an onion. And we're going to put it in a bowl. So we're going to take a bowl and we're going to put all that in there. We have some garlic. We're going to do the same with the garlic. We're going to give it a mash. Nice and steady. Mash it. We're just going to give that a little whiz over. Now you can mince it up as fine as you want, but this is going to be cooked for quite some time, so it's going to actually dissolve. Onion, garlic. I've got a red pepper, I've got a yellow pepper, I've got some jalapeno peppers, and that's what we're using. Nice dice on your peppers. So we're just going to do a dice on the peppers. Now it doesn't have to be small. As big or as small as you like. That's entirely up to you too. Amazing cooking. Jalapenos. Again, I don't want the seeds, but you know, that's up to you. If you like the seeds, leave them in. So again, we just want some little cubes of jalapeno. In your pan with a little bit of oil, it doesn't matter what you use. In there, garlic and onions, a little whiz round. Salt to taste, a little bit of black pepper. In with our pork and beef. Start to break it up in there and cook it together. Stir through your onions and garlic and just start to work your meat in the pan. Start to cook it down. If you get some colour on there, fantastic. See if you can get some colour on your meat. That will be fantastic. Look at the water in here. Unbelievable. That's what we've got with this day and age. If you buy frozen meat, it is absolutely packed with water. We all know it. We got to cook it off. Okay, when you've got a fairly dry pan, it's time to add our spices. In there with our chili powder. coriander powder, cumin, oregano, little tad of cayenne, and some smoked paprika. Give that a little stir through. Start cooking your spices in with your meat. Nice and steady on there. Bring it all in. In there. Jalapenos and peppers. Or capsicums. A little stir through. Oh, look at that Mexican colours already. Mexican colour in there already. In there, juice out of our tomatoes. They're usually on here. These are not chopped tomatoes, but they are now. In with a pair of scissors, in your can. It saves mess, it saves squeezing them all over. You've seen it 100 times on this channel. In there. Now if you've got big tomatoes like that, a nice little cutting over with the scissors, and we've got absolutely no mess, and our tomatoes are in. Nice little stir through. Fill up the empty can of tomatoes with water and add the water. Stir it all through. Now it's not tomatoey enough yet. We want to go in with a couple of tablespoons of tomato paste or tomato puree, whatever you know it by. And we just need to work it in. Get that in there. Cook off some of that fluid so it enhances all the flavours in there. We need to cook it, intensify it, bring it all in there, and then all we do every now and again, we give it the occasional stir just so nothing sticks on the bottom. So once you've got it quite thick, there's still quite a lot of juice in there, but we need to be going in there with our black beans. We're going in there with our corn. And we're going to give it a stir. Stir it all through there. Let's get it all fully incorporated. And we're going to give this about a good 5 minutes or so in here. And then we want to be going in there with a good tablespoon of coriander or cilantro. And we're going to stir that in. Oh, this smells amazing. So just give it a little stir over. We've got enough fluid in there to make this really moist. Flame off. That is a good pan of Mexican chili right there. So we're just going to put that to one side as we make a bechamel sauce. Okay, bechamel sauce can't be any easier, to be honest. In there with some butter. So the only thing to remember when making a bechamel sauce is it's equal amounts of butter to flour. Okay, let's start softening that up in there. Butter to melting, in with some flour. We're going to give that a stir in. We're going to give that a little bit of cooking in there. Okay, when you've cooked off the rawness of the flour, chuck your milk in. And no, we're not doing the little bit, add a little bit, put a bit more, add a little bit. Put in the milk that you require. About that much. Give it a little stir. There's no lumps in here. all that tosh about, cook a bit, put a bit, cook a bit, and then put more milk, chuck it all in and give it a stir. And then all we're doing is cooking this till it thickens. Just cook it nice and gently till it thickens. And it will thicken, be assured of that. So don't worry about it, you know, there's no lumps in here at all, and it's going to thicken up. This is a quick way of making bechamel sauce without all the messing around with cooking a bit off, add a bit of milk, cook a bit off, add a bit of milk. And if you want to make it a bechamel, in there with some nutmeg. Stir it in, and it's going to start to thicken up. So there's your bechamel white sauce made. Now I'm going in there with some cheddar, which then makes it a Mornay, but there you go. You know, I might even go in there with some mozzarella. Let's make it a big stringy. Give that a little stir in, let that dissolve in there, and we'll end up with a really thick, stringy Mornay bechamel sauce. Look at that. Perfect. For today's job, I'm using this particular brand of no-cook lasagna sheets. Okay, we're going straight in there with some of our white sauce. And we would just want to be rubbing it around the bottom like that. I want to be taking some of our lasagna sheets. I'm going to put our lasagna sheet in there. Now we are going 3. Then it's in there with some of our chili mix. Get that in. Fantastic. In there with some more bechamel sauce. A nice little gentle smear out there, look. On there, some more of our pasta sheets. On there, more meat mixture. In there, a little smidgen of cheese. Monterey Jack, cheddar cheese, anything that you use, up to you. And a bit of sticky mozzarella. On there, a bit more of our white sauce. Bit more pasta. Pile it up high. Don't be frightened. Now this time, well, we're just going to do a little bit more actually white sauce on there. Now, not too much white sauce on this layer, because all this is going to bubble over. A little bit more pasta on there. Smidgen of white sauce. Now, it doesn't matter how you lay this up, you know, you just got to lay it up wherever how you think. There's no set rule to layering up any lasagna. We just want layers of meat and sauce and our noodles, our lasagna noodles. And we're just going to go over there with just a little bit more meat. Just to use it up actually. So we're just going to give that a little in there. Like that. I'm just going to go over there with a bit more of that. I want to slap some cheese on. A good amount this time. Come all the way to the edges. It's going to run down and stick up. And on there with some mozzarella. Like I say, you know, you could use Monterey Jack. You can do whatever you want. It's up to you. Okay, I've got one of these trivets and I'm going to use this under there because we're tenting over the top of this so it can bake for about 25 minutes. In there, like that. Now we have to tent over the top of this because this is going to cook for 25 minutes. Then we're going to take the top off and then we're going to brown that. So that is going in there. Oven's on, it's going on for 170. Just let it preheat a second and then we're going to shove that in. Okay, that's had a couple of minutes to warm up. Let's get that in there. Set the time, 25 minutes. Okay, there we go. Let's have that out of there. And carefully, carefully, carefully remove the foil. Come on, let's get it back in there to crisp over. About 8 minutes. That is all. Okay. That looks absolutely fabulous. All we gotta do now is let it cool down. I mean, it's like a bubbling volcano in there. Let it cool down and then we'll cut a slice. Okay, what we just need to do now is cut into this fabulous, fabulous lasagna. Okay, it's got to be a corner. Has to be a corner. Oh, 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 oh. Look at that. Come on. Oh, I don't think you've seen one like this before. Oh, amazing. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is absolutely tremendous. All that Mexican flavor through there. It's not over spicy. Oh, it just goes with the melted cheese. That is exceptional. That is truly delicious. It's not overly spicy. It's got all that Mexican flavor through there. Oh, it's just topped off with the cheese and the bechamel mayonnaise sauce. Oh, well, that is Mexican chili lasagna made. There's a first, and I'll tell you, once you've made it, you'll be making it again. It is incredible, incredible. The flavors of the Mexican chili mixed with that cheese, that bechamel sauce or mayonnaise sauce. Oh, it comes together so well. If you like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell so you don't miss out on uploads. And we'll catch you in the next video.